This is a production of KMmedia.pro. Welcome back to Positive Talk Radio. Our goal is simple: to explore evolving ideas one conversation at a time. So come on over into our world. I know you'll like it, because on today's show... I think I'm on, and welcome to the show, everybody. Nathan, are we good to go?
Yes, we are set. Little bit of glitches going on here, but we're making them work.
Yes, indeed. This is the beginning of a brand new year and a new way of operating and stuff like that. So you got to expect that there's going to be an issue from time to time. So how's Nathan?
I am doing great. And how about yourself, Kevin?
I'm really good. Is our guest in the waiting room as yet?
Yes.
Oh, there she is, as a matter of fact. Oh, boy. It's good. And by the way, Olesya, it's nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing well. Nice to see you.
But before I introduce you formally, I have to talk to my good friend Dana Parker, who is a sometimes co-host on Friday, and I know she's had quite a little bit going on in the Christmas season and the New Year and all that kind of stuff. Welcome back, my friend.
Thanks. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, this is just pure joy for me.
Well, it's been a while, and I know that you've got some issues that we're not going to address today.
Yeah.
But there have been some things going on in your personal life. And
my family, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But so when you have
thank you.
Yeah. But when you have like 27 people in your immediate family, there's bound to be going on with something with somebody.
True.
Sometime.
Very true.
Virtually all the time. And so very good. So thank you. How was your Christmas?
Wonderful. I had my boys. We had a fun Christmas and got to spend time with them and had game nights and got together with extended family. So it was wonderful to be with everyone and to spend time with my family and boys, and it was good.
It's kind of nice that you have a great big family, and of course I have the opposite of that.
Yes, you do.
It's like I got two boys that are scattered across the four winds, and I got nothing else.
Yeah.
So that's good. So I had a nice reflective Christmas. Thank you very much.
That's good.
Yes, indeed. And the reason that you have no idea why I'm so glad that you're here today.
Mm-hmm.
Because number one, you're a woman, you're a very attractive woman, but we're going to be talking with a woman who helps women and men too, really. But I think that your message resonates a lot more with women than it does with men, just because we would have to cut out beer and pizza on football nights. So in any event, we're talking with. Oh, by the way, Nathan, sorry, I'm scattered because I was scattered earlier. Who's going to win tomorrow?
Who's going to win tomorrow? Of course, the Seahawks. Come on.
Who's going to win tomorrow?
Okay. 49ers.
Don't be a homer. I know. They're going to do the best they can, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. It's going to be the weather's supposed to be crappy, so who knows?
We'll see.
Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about today. Olesya Wilson is our guest, and she has a program that we're going to talk about a lot today. And tell us a little bit about the program that will transform someone's body to where it used to be before they did what they did.
before life comes in.
Yeah, before pregnancy, before chocolate covered donuts, all that stuff.
All that.
Yeah. Well, interesting. I just had. So I usually work one-on-one with my clients, right? So there was a demand when I did the group today, and when I was talking and I see the eyes, I see the inspiration on the women's faces, I realized again how important the community is and how our women's circle, what it can bring out and how powerful and how amazing transformations, how fast they can happen. So I'm pretty pumped because I just had the first group meeting today, and now I'm talking to you. I'm like, what else can I do today? How else can I change the world so we would remember how we wanted to go to space and dress nicely and be healthy and, and make the world a better place and love families and wanted to we're hungry for life. And I'm like, what happened lately? How can we bring that back? Like what happened? Why are we all just talking about luck and war and don't want anything and just feeling like how to push through this life, how to push through fatigue and, So long story short, that was my morning. How are you doing?
Well, apparently we haven't had as good a morning as you've had, but that's okay. but Dana also, by the way, Dana has a company called Inner World Movement, and she is working to help women and to help people come together in community and to do stuff. So she's got all kinds of different things going on. So I just wanted to set that up so that we know that. Yeah. So so a sense of community, especially amongst women, seems to be something that a lot of ladies are looking for.
Yes, I think I was studying this subject a little bit more, and I remember like the knowledge they made us. I don't know, everybody's about they made us forget, or we somehow lost about how women we used to transform world. We used to co-create with God in our communities. The ladies, the villages, the cities, we always had this circle where women get together, and nothing we can change, nothing we can't create when we get these circles back. It's about health, it's about how to raise our children, it's about how to literally build the new worlds with God, new universes. Everything we were like walking gods on earth, and they told us they want us to only remember how we were brainless monkeys jumping from one rock to another one. But now, I was watching this amazing movie about lost civilizations. I forgot the guy's name, and now there's more and more evidence that we were a lot more than we believe, and we lost it somehow. And it's time to bring that back. This deep knowledge about how limitless our bodies are, how limitless our energies are. And we didn't come here to just survive, eat, drink, repeat, or sleep, whatever we're repeating in our lives. But I always say when we start with that container, when you start with yourself, with your body, when you stop reacting to life, when you start creating your body, your relationships, your life, your money, that's when magic happens. And then the mission of saving planet, it's like you are your mission, number one. And when you start with mission of building that container, energetic container of you, then you're unstoppable. And then saving the world is becoming all of a sudden something you can do. And maybe one day you can have a breakfast with Elon Musk or something like that. I'm just kidding. But it all starts with the morning routine for your body. You know how it works.
So I have a question for you. When someone comes to you and they haven't done a lot of work and they're just starting from ground zero, where do you usually go to support them in tapping into that limitless body? What are some of the foundational ideas?
Yeah, this is an amazing question. This is a really good one because
that's why I invited her here.
Yeah, I know, right? That was a good move. But you're so right that women coming to me, some of them pretty, they've tried it all. They know a lot. Some of them tried almost as much as me. Some of them absolutely have no idea what they're doing. And I always say, before we go and try anything that is we're trying to change or remove, let's nourish you. Let's see where you're going. My thing is, I always like to do something a little more than what's required. So a little more for my clients, a little more for my family, a little more for my work. And with the people, what I like to do a little more, even if it's a program, I like to get one-on-one, really good conversation about the stressful moments of what's going on, what was going on in your life until now and what's going on now. And one of the things I really love is to do the very simple but very powerful test to test the minerals that are in the tissue. So basically taking the information, listening to the person, knowing, like, to investigators. She's going to be investigator of what's going on in her life, and I'm going to be her, like, what is it, Dr. Watson, right? She's the Sherlock Holmes. I'm Dr. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
connecting the dots for them.
Yes, and we're going to connect all the dots. And I have so many tools, from functional medicine testing to scorecards to like my psychology tests to really, really good conversation from woman to woman, from practitioner to patient, from woman to woman. We just want to see. And sometimes these meetings are so transformative. Some women tell me in an hour they get more than, a year working with naturopath, for example. I have this actually on this testimonial on my website, because we can't just compare symptom to supplement or to medication anymore,
right.
because that's how we used to be. I'll look at your symptom, I have protocols, here's your medication. Now, when they understood they're losing the money on medications, they start buying supplement companies. That's why I say you have to be careful with the supplement. For example, some of my used to be go-to, sometimes it was pure encapsulations. That was clean, had motive, they had a mission behind it. Now Johnson & Johnson bought it. Nobody knows about this. But, these guys can't even make baby powder without putting metals in it.
Right? So, they're tricky.
Yeah, so how we're gonna trust them? So yeah, things like that.
So when we are talking about vitamins and minerals, and I know in the research that you've done, have you found that our foods are devoid of those things anymore?
Absolutely.
Or is it still possible to eat healthy even if you're eating organically or vegan, which I can't understand personally, but or vegetarian? And can you eat healthily, or do you need to supplement your diet?
Well, the thing is, and right now, again, what I really don't like to do is to make people scared that everything is luck, we're doomed, everything is bad. Don't listen. Don't hear just this part. But indeed, the more I study what is going on, the more I understand the water that everybody's tell us drink in abundance is definitely not the right quality water that gets inside of ourselves. The food, even organic, but the one that is in the store. For example, if we take the mineral content, when the fruit or vegetable, when it grows, it takes the certain shape, and then when it stops growing, that last moment it start soaking up all of the minerals from the soil. And two things can happen here. First, even organic fertilizers, they are pushing a lot of minerals out of the soil. The organic minerals, they use organic fertilizers, they use certain minerals. That means in mineral balance, it's very sophisticated and sometimes complex. The nature take care of it for us. But if we start changing the whole chemistry, and the thing is that the plant is not going to get the mineral balance. It's not going to get certain minerals. And second, when they harvest it before it ripens, that means we're lacking probably up to 40% of a mineral content, because fruit and vegetables, they get their minerals when they ripe. So that's why if you find the local farmer, if you go pick those berries, if you go and get the orange from the tree, it's going to be probably a lot better than one in the store, because they harvest them not ripened. They have to transport them. And especially those that brought to us from other countries, and especially overseas. When I was growing up in Siberia, we had some vegetables and fruit, but they kind of were like plastic imitation of vegetables and fruit, because they literally have to ship them across the world, to Siberia. Siberia, the people, the native Siberian people, they eat frozen raw fish and meat, and they have the best teeth in the world and the best hair, They don't eat vegetables at all. But it's like we are far from nature, even if we're trying our best, and it's good. I always say the quality. I always say to my clients, imagine you're Queen Elizabeth, and in every area of your life, just do a little more, do the better quality, because this is how we start. We all want amazing health, bigger houses, something extraordinary, but we can't, give it little stuff to ourselves. That means we're not allowing ourselves to have it. Like, I deserve. And it all starts with little stuff, just in every area of your life. Just try to do a little better for yourself. If it's a treat, better quality treat. If it's a fruit, better quality fruit.
Well, I got to ask you, what's it like living in Siberia?
It's been a while, but miserable. It is absolutely miserable. I remember, oh my goodness, I remember one time I was driving a bus from point A to point B, and Russian women, oh my God, back then, I don't know about right now, it's been a while, but we would wear like high heels and short skirts, when it's 20 below, and we have a public transportation. You have to like run on the snow after the bus catches it. It's crazy. And then I remember I came home and my feet got so frozen when they start, how do you say, thawing or whatever, like I could feel them. I was crying from pain. And then I realized, okay, I want to get out of here. People were sent to Siberia for punishment. Why do I live here? What did I do? That's the short answer.
So let's now get into what your overall program is all about, because you also talk about energy work and doing different things like that. Would you explain what you mean by that?
Yes, I always say in my own health journey, when they told me, you're not going to have kids without IVF and surgery. I have two now, naturally. They told me that I'm gonna die. They told to my parents, because I have scoliosis. They said, well, you're lucky if she lives until 30. And now I'm 40, I'm just starting my life, and I had my second baby at 38. So I really realized how limitless our bodies are. I look completely different. I transform my body, my shape, my figure, everything. So my thing is, when women coming to me, is to show them that the diagnosis or the things they heard in a doctor's office, this is not not true, but you don't have to take it. There is always this information. You can take it or leave it. And women coming to me with hormone imbalances, the chronic things, like endometriosis, polyps, fibroids, we see amazing transformations. But what I realized in all of these, it's not just our body that we need to open up, but also my approach is work with the soul, connect to soul, connect to your body, connect to your mind. And I always say I work with gosh, that was a long day. I work with money too, actually. You know how many of my clients, they see amazing improvements in their finances, but body, mind, and soul. And what I like to say, it's not a rocket science. We just need to remove everything that doesn't belong in there. And we need to nourish all three aspects, body, mind, and soul. It's that simple. And when you talk about the body, we're removing these parasites, the toxic metals, whatever. It doesn't belong in the body and affects immune system, affects hormones, affects our brain. People, when they're talking about hormones, for example, they don't know that the most important part of our endocrine system is our brain. Brain tells our organs what to do. Brain tells your ovaries, your thyroid, your pancreas what to do. So removing everything that's stopping your beautiful body from working the way God intended it, that's what we're removing. Yeast can be so manipulative. It affects our brain, our neurotransmitters, tells you all kind of stories. Then the same about the mind. We walk through life hypnotized by It's like I always say, you're like a cabbage or a carrot. A carrot, when you take it out of the mud, there is a lot of mud around it. So we need to clean it. We need to take all of this mud off. It's other people's belief, expectations, everything that you think is you. I actually had an energy healing session with one of my clients today, and I sourced the energy healers from Russia. It's 3 of us were there, and she realized that from the beginning of her life, she was living other people's lives, about her marriage, about her body, about her PhD that she actually doesn't want at all, about how many kids she should have, what kind of partner and husband she has to have. And at the end of the session, she's like, oh my God, now I know what my soul wants. This is absolutely fantastic. Like everything is in place right now, you know? And of course, and she's like, what are the next steps to take? Energetically, I'm there. This is me. I'm unstoppable now. And then we comes to the mind, because I have the tool, like rapid transformational therapy. This is the tools that connect you to planet Earth, how to act here, how don't lose yourself. Like the energetically you're there, the body we're working on, but how to actually don't lose this bright eyes, bushy-tailed woman who is like ready for her body, for her life. You know what I mean? And then I get to psychology. We work with the mind, how to connect all the dots and make it easy.
Dana, any thoughts, my dear?
Yeah, so many, I guess. There's just so much great information. How long would you say on average, do you work with somebody before they start seeing those big transformation and results? Let's say if they come to you and they're like, okay, I am ready for change. I know nothing. Working with you on average, what would you say your clients start to experience change, and then when that momentum picks up?
Yeah. Well, see, then it absolutely depends on what you want. That's what the very first thing when people are coming to me, I say, all right, what do we actually want? Because people don't understand, and I didn't understand, and I still learning that we really we don't know what we want. And then simple things like weight loss. And somebody say, "Oh, now she's talking simple thing." I'm just gonna drop the conversation right now. I didn't mean the simple, right? For some people, it's very not simple. But the things like weight loss, for example, I had people who lose like 20 pounds in 2 weeks. I have again testimonial on my website, right? And it is very first result that you can see, and it's very inspiring. And then I have people whose whole life transformed, and they say, well, I have the best body of my life. And I have that on my website also. She says, best body of my life at 48. And that took a little bit longer. I think it took us for like 6-7 months. So
that's not bad.
Yes, absolutely.
For body transformation.
For the best life.
Yeah, because that physical is usually the last to catch up. And to have that transformation, that's powerful.
And like I said before, how I like to do a little more for everybody. That's where my I always say it's so simple in life. Give 100% to everything you're doing. Talking to your kids, supporting your husband, building your body, making your money. Give 100% and a little more. Or even if you're an employee and you work for someone, you are here. Before you dream about big business or something really, really cool, give 100 and a little more to your employer, and you'll see how everything's going to transform, and it will lead you to the right direction. So with our body, it's just like give it 100% and a little more. I realize how much our body doing for us, and we don't even understand that it's working nonstop. There are no mistakes in our body. Women coming to me like with autoimmunity, and we put everything together, and they realized the body was not attacking them, was protecting, saving their life. And I always say, like, recently I was like looking at my body, I'm like, I just can kiss it. I can just like, thank you, my ears. Thank you. Like, there are people here who can't see, who, we experienced that during our beloved virus. We're losing our sense and smell. And how did that feel for you? And we're taking for granted so much that happening in our bodies. It's like we have a spaceship. We have amazing spaceship that can take us to the galaxies. It can take, like, it's amazing what I'm studying right now. I'm not going to talk about it because people are going to say, remove this lady. She's totally crazy what she's talking about. And I'm talking about, like, the fasting, like going, like what our bodies can do. But the thing is, when we lose the ability of, like, see, smell, taste, there are people who recover from last stages of cancer. People didn't walk, they're walking. We have a spaceship and we're treating like a crappy car. Oh, let's just put whatever gas in it. Oh, just let's just give it a kick and it's gonna start. Let's just, like, whatever. I always say,
hold on, ladies, because I need to take a break here because you'll just keep talking the whole time if we don't step in. So you're listening to Olesya Wilson, and we're going to be talking more with her and Dana Parker. Then the question I've got to ask both of you when we come back is, there are women in our audience saying, I've heard this before and before and before, and nothing ever changes. How living 100%? How I would like some steps from our audiences to how do you live 100% full out every day, and hope to make it work, because that can be a challenge. It can be a challenge just to get up in the morning and say, I'm going to live full out today. And right now we're gonna have a couple of commercials. We're not going to be gone long, so don't go away. We'll be right back. You're listening to Positive Talk Radio here on KKNW 1150 AM. And Nathan, I hope you got that because the commercials are playing now. Yes? Hey there. I'm excited that you're listening right now, and if you like what we're doing here, you're going to love PositiveTalkRadio.net. On PositiveTalkRadio.net, each show, which is recorded live, is packed with positive information, with real people discussing real issues and positive solutions that can work for everyone. I hope that you'll join us on PositiveTalkRadio.net and listen to all 340 plus shows. I think it's worth your time. But then, that's just me. That's PositiveTalkRadio.net, your home for great progressive positive podcasts.
When you want to say more than words communicate, you can with flowers. Your custom boutique floral studio in Bothell, Washington is anaturaldesign.com, connecting you to nature through the language of flowers. Where your people are is where our flowers are beautiful. Your success is our goal. anaturaldesign.com, at your fingertips today.
Hey, my friend. I'd really like to thank you for listening to the show today. As you may know, I started Positive Talk Radio way back in 2003. We were one of the first shows on KKNW. For 11 months, I was fortunate to be part of many lives, making a positive difference with great interviews and discussions, creating new thoughts and ideas. Sadly, for financial reasons, I had to terminate the show. Well, it took 18 years, but we're back better than ever. And not only on KKNW Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but also podcasting with several inspiring channels with the same driving passion as the original. Please visit kmmedia.pro for complete information about all of these shows. In addition, if you feel called to keep positive programming on the air, you can join us by sponsoring the show and aligning yourself with our mission, which is nothing short of saving the planet and each other. Again, that's kmmedia.pro. I'll see you there. And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Positive Talk Radio. It's a Friday afternoon. It's noon here in the Great Northwest. It's raining like crazy here in the Great Northwest. What's it like in Salt Lake City?
It's actually blue skies and sunny today, but cold. It's in the 30s, but the sunshine is out and I am grateful.
Oh, let's say where are you at and what's the temperature there? We'll do a
Florida.
worldwide thing.
I actually moved to Florida recently because I was so tired of the rain. I needed some sunshine. So it is actually raining here today. OMG. Whatever.
Of course it is. So we're talking with you, and we're talking about your program. And if somebody wants to learn more about that, they can go to your website, which is?
It is limitlessbody.me. But this is the program, right? This is the straight to talk to me, because I always invite people to talk to me first. And you were actually talking about the real steps, like, okay, ladies, we got it, the inspiration, we're going to be pretty inspired right now, but what are the steps? I have a fantastic, amazing program where I took all of the things that I'm doing with women one-on-one, and I put it in this program. And it's absolutely fantastic. If you need the steps to change your body, even if they said no to your body healing, even if you heard something that was like, I'm going to live with this, or it's a chronic thing, I invite you, don't right away believe it, or you're thinking about, that something that you can't resolve. There is a chronic issue. There is, it's amazing what we can do. But the very first thing is, of course, decide what do you want. And if you want the body that is yours again, I invite you to my program. That's the best thing. Whatever is yours, maybe it's lose weight, to get energy. And I tell you, the very first thing when people coming to me for whatever, it can be hormone imbalances, it can be weight, it can be chronic, it can be autoimmunity. I always say, if you're exhausted, you don't even have energy for your family, for just going to work, how are you going to heal? How are your immune system going to heal? How are you going to have enough strength to even finish it? Because for me, what's important is the result, your healthy body. So for that, I need for you to finish what we're doing together. And that's why my number one priority, to give people energy, even if it's a little bit of a crutches sometimes. They tell you hardcore, okay, you have to do yoga, you have to do this, you have to stop all of your coffee, you have to go to the cold shower. And when I was starting, I'm like, I'm gonna die. And I tried this. I went to the gym, that broke me. I couldn't even move after the gym. If gym doesn't make you feel good, you can't do this. I tried the cold shower, almost died. Then I stopped all the coffee, almost died. I'm like, I'm gonna heal. This is impossible.
All right. I gotta stop you there, because you gotta tell me what possible good can a cold shower do you, unless you I can think of one reason, but outside of that, Dana?
Kevin, there's so much research. You gotta start looking at this, because there are some really incredible benefits of cold showers, cold dives. I did this for a period of time as I was healing through some big life changes and huge growing pains. And there are some incredible benefits to just breath work, and cold showers alone have great benefits physically for your body. So
it's the thing is, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right?
Now, it's a little shock to your immune system, and when you're shocking it, it mobilizes.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing
literally makes you stronger.
The only thing that I've heard as far as men go is that it causes two things. It can cause a heart attack and incredible shrinkage, and we don't want either of those things.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing is, the thing is, literally, there is a, how would they say it, my Russian brain, grain of truth or something like this. Yeah. It can cause damage, especially when women coming to me with the things like fibroids, for example, polyps, low progesterone. These things, yes, they cause your body kind of like the stress that is healthy for you, can be healthy for you. But if you're coming to me or you want to get pregnant and you don't need the stress. You don't need cold shower. What you need to is actually do hot bath for your feet. Just this thing alone, very hot bath, like running hot water, sitting on the edge of your bathtub for like 10 minutes on your feet. If you have problems in anywhere including the prostate, including the erectile dysfunction, polyps, fibroids, anything going with the ovaries, you need that blood flow. So very, very, very hot bath for your feet, and actually really good abdominal massage. When you can use, I don't know, your remote control while you're watching TV, you just go there, you press, and you find these kind of like tight, painful spots. There is acidity there. There are probably some form of parasite. And when I talk about parasite, it's not a bunch of worms necessarily. There can be yeast, there can be fungus, there can be bacterial like strep and stuff that create more problems than anything else. People think, I'm so clean, I didn't go to Mexico, so I must don't have parasites. This is not true. Our immune system is so like, look, our immune system like trying to catch 50 tennis balls at a time right now. All of these glyphosate chemicals, viruses, man-made, we're not going to go there. Because they blocked me on Instagram for going there for like 3 years. So we're not going to go there. Literally, the shadow banned me. Yeah, nobody could do anything like.
You're in Instagram jail?
Yes, I was in Instagram jail for 3 years almost. They just let me out on parole or whatever, probation 2 months ago or 3 months ago.
Do you have an ankle bracelet on and all that kind of stuff?
I think they're watching me closely, so we're not going to talk about this. So, but people don't understand. We're walking, and sometimes I find, for example, H. pylori in people's stomach, and we remove it, and all of a sudden you digest your proteins, bloating go away, or we fix the bile issue, and there is the little parasites, they can get stuck in your liver, and they live for 40 years, called liver flukes, like epistorhi. And they're blocking your bile, and we need bile for our hormones. Here's your progesterone, estrogen. But long story short, what I was talking about, the little parasites, they love acidity, they love stagnancy, they hate blood flow, and they love very sluggish lymph. Lymph is like our sewage, and also highway for immune system. So what happens here? You're like, oh, you press on it. I found the nest. Just kidding. Not a nest, but if it's a pain there, if it's that means it's acidity that signals our brain, hey, something wrong there. And you just press and hold for a little while. Then you move on and you work slowly. You can watch your favorite movie. You can work slowly through your whole belly area. What it does, we have 65 lymph nodes in there. It moves your lymph. That means taking the toxins away. And it gives you blood flow. Where blood, there is oxygen, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, life. You literally can jumpstart that very lazy dude of yours, which is Colin. Very lazy. It just doesn't want to work if it stops once. And you can literally like jumpstart it. And then with the blood flow from the heat and manual touching, our bodies are very physical. We need touch. The body needs to feel that you taking care of it, that it's your baby, that you're touching it, you're pressing it, you're squishing it, you're exercising it a little bit. It can do so much more than your supplements. And of course, I work with the best functional medicine like supplements and very like forgotten herbs and chemicals like methylene blue. My dad, he had a stroke. When I started working my protocol methylene blue for him, he said, OMG, after like swallowing buckets of these pills, the first time I remember like my phone number after taking methylene blue. And if you read on the internet, they're gonna like see, oh, you're gonna die, touch methylene blue and you die. And I use it on my 2-year-old in his mouth when he picks up something like yucky. My grandma used it on me when I was a baby. There is forgotten chemicals. It doesn't have to be all natural, People used to heal, or really heal their bodies until World War II, where everything crashed. I don't know if they're gonna block me again. But in World War II, they created all of these chemicals to kill each other, and then war ended. Darn it, what are we gonna do? Well, let's use it in medication. That's where the medication, industry was born. All of these chemicals that are designed to kill each other, they're in the medication now. But the thing is, I'm talking too much again. Sorry. One last thing. I think some of all the medication that take place, everybody's scared of antibiotics, but they do save lives. They do sometimes, like people coming to me sometimes and nothing worked for them. And I say, you know what? I look at their lymph, I look at the some of the tests I do, and I found that sometimes we had the infection, for example, in your tooth. Even if they cleaned it really good, they remove the root, the nerve, so it doesn't hurt, but there is infection, big infection underneath your filling. It doesn't have to be heavy metal, it doesn't have to be aluminum amalgam. Everybody knows it's bad for us. It can be normal, but your body can't get rid of this infection the normal way because they basically cemented it. So it all goes into the lymph. And where is our biggest like tank for our lymph? It's where the collarbones are. This is where the neck is. This is our face. That's why women look better when they do the face massage, because we're moving that lymph. And all of this getting spilled into the blood, and then blood-brain barrier. You see the story. People waking up like somebody run them over. They don't have energy, everything crashing. Started with the tooth. Mm-hmm.
So I have a question, because this is very applicable to me right now, because I actually just had my first root canal, and I had a hard time finding it because it was so high, the infection. And since I had my root canal, I have been headaches almost every day. My neck is hurting so bad that I sometimes want to cry. And I thought it was maybe because of stress, but now I'm thinking, wow, maybe because I still feel that there's a little bit like it's not totally gone.
I had that.
Hold on. I've had, now this I'm not going to take any backseat to. I've had a dozen of these things. So at least a dozen of them, because I had bad teeth when I was a kid. So Dana, let me ask you, have they put the crown in yet?
Yeah.
Okay. How much time did they take between when they did the root canal and when they put in the crown? Was it the same day?
No, it was a week, because they said the swelling needed to go down.
Correct. Did they give you antibiotics?
Yes.
And you took all your antibiotics and all that kind of stuff. Well, there still is some infection in there.
Right.
And then they put the crown in, and so it blocked the exit. So now it's looking for other alternate ways of getting out. And that's why your neck hurts. And at least that would be my humble opinion, because I've had that. I can't tell you how many times.
I know.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
I want to cry because it hurts so much.
Yeah, you might want to just talk to your dentist and tell them that they may need, because what they are supposed to do is when they take the nerve out, they're supposed to put a lot of disinfectant and stuff into that hole so that it kills the infections that's there. But sometimes it takes a little bit of extra time, and it depends on how much infection is actually in there. There can be a lot more than they see.
Right.
Yes.
Am I right, Olesya?
That's what I was leading to. Yes. So when they say no to antibiotics, it's just
it's my show, and I had to get my word in. Anyway.
These women, gosh, they're talking. Actually, actually, this is the thing. I'm so passionate about, I want to see everybody healthy and happy, and let's do this. So sometimes I'm talking too much. Forgive me, please. But I need to learn. I like to improve, I take every area of my life as a project now. It's amazing when you do this. I want to improve that. So I zip it.
No, I don't.
That would be your suggestion too.
But two suggestions. Definitely talk to the dentist. Kevin is right. I've had this experience so much when people have puzzle thing, they don't understand what's happening. It's still the bacteria there. They put the cement on top. It can be going inside. When you talk to them, I would definitely use binder. This is some type of you can read about it. You can Google it. There is a binder. This is a compound, and there are different binders for different stuff, like charcoal, bentonite clay. There is pectosol C, something that's gonna at least catch these toxins and remove them out of your system. So
you would suggest I take activated charcoal or something?
Yeah, something like these two. There is a good one, GI Detox. You can even get on Amazon, which I'm suspicious about some of the Amazon supplements. So I have to be very careful with the seller just check who you're buying it from, like actual seller. But I use a full script, so it's like Amazon for doctors. But the thing is, I also would definitely do the lymph, something for your lymph. So drinking hot water a lot, so it would kind of like move the lymph, and doing the massage, like move it. Like you don't have to press hard. Sometimes you can be in the restaurant sitting with your husband, like, ooh, honey. He's like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm healing. What do you think? And you're like stroking your neck. Yeah. Right. So there is a double benefit. You're healing your body, and the husband is getting all
having
all
fun.
excited, having fun.
And then he has to take a cold shower. What is with that?
Which is beneficial.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Before we go, ladies, I have to ask you this, because there are people in our audience that are going, all right. I get it, and that would be perfect, and everything would be 100%, and I have the time to go do it and stuff. But they got 2 kids, and they got 2 boys, and they're teenagers, and they got a husband. He is used to having fresh food 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a couple of snacks. And she has to bake it all, because he will not let her go to the grocery store and buy bread. So she has to bake her, and I know this from personal experience. She has to bake their own bread, and so she has to make these heavy meals, because that's what he likes. He's a physical guy, and he likes, steak and potatoes and gravy and all that stuff. So that's what they have, and the kids are used to eating that too. How does she break away from all of that? Because that's not good for her. Because she needs to be eating much lighter, and how do you break away from what's going on in your family so that you can take good care of yourself? Because most women, and you and I both know this, they don't take care of themselves. So because they're taking care of everybody else. So how do you get people to understand in your work, Olesya, how do you get people to understand that taking care of themselves is a primary need to be able to take care of anybody else?
Yeah, so this is where the mind part comes into place, and that's what I really love to do. I actually, and I don't know, Kevin, you guys, you might not like this, but I teach them how to change these dynamics, and how to set up their boundaries, and how to change their reality. How to learn how to stop being a good girl, because everybody's just wiping their feet, like how to say, like everybody's abusing you. So saying no to other people means saying yes to yourself. And of course, I can't just tell you like right from the start what you have to, like one thing, how to do this. But that's why a lot of women come to me, because I've been in a lot of situations. And this was a long time ago. This was my situation too. Before I have my loving husband right now, I was married first time. That was my situation, and I have a good experience on how to transform your life, and how to learn how to transform from like this good girl to a woman. Because basically we can live until 60, be like good girls and boys. Again, that carrot with the mud, again, we're like big children who have children and grandchildren walking around, and that's when we're trying to be good for everyone. So that's why psychology, that's why I'm using a lot of tools, and some of them, like transformational therapy, it's literally go to your childhood, remove one thing, transform one thing from your childhood where you had a trauma of rejection and abandonment, and the whole reality transforms, like removing old software out and putting new software in. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that when you release it from your brain, you release it from your body. Then I do my functional protocol in you, and you brand new. Just kidding, maybe not brand new, but you know what I mean. You lose your chronic issues. Yeah, and you lose weight, you lose your polyps shrink, and your thyroid start working all of a sudden. The whole doctor's office applauds you. Like I had all of these amazing things happen to my clients. Or you're on menopause, and all of a sudden you start your period again, and you're feeling younger. I had that happen. It is just some of the tools that we're using, but those, of course, when we work one-on-one. Yeah.
And because I don't want us to get into trouble, We need to make the statement that these have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration.
Absolutely.
And we're not. None of us here is doctors, so we have an opinion, but that's about all we've got.
Absolutely, there is no medical device. I'm a functional diagnostic nutritionist. So, and the things actually happen to people is them doing to themselves. It's absolutely their body's doing it. It's not me. It's not the medication. It's just like this attitude towards your soul, towards your body when you come first.
Mm-hmm. And some of us just have a body that's destined to be broken. My sister has had 14 surgeries. She's had both her hips replaced. She's had both her knees replaced. She's had neck surgery 3 times. She's had elbow surgery. She's had wrist surgery. She's had carpal tunnel. And, and I get it that a lot of it can be energetically caused by her. And because she doesn't believe in any of this stuff. But, what do you do?
And Kevin, you don't have to have like miraculous things. You don't have to kill. That's why, remember at the beginning I said, what is your goal when you come to me? There is some things, yes, this is your life. And one thing, try your best 100% and a little more to go what you can. And if you can, just do a little more. So maybe some people just want a little bit more energy and live more comfortable life and feel their body a little more. It doesn't have to be miraculous healing or you like brand new and you just like walking on water. You know what I mean?
That's the American way. We want it to be quick.
What is the quality of your life? What is your happiness?
Exactly.
Maybe for her, having a little bit stronger bones or having better like being happier, we can work with her neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin. All of a sudden she feels inspired. All of a sudden she feels like she's not depressed, like she feels like life is good. And even if my leg is not feeling well, I can enjoy that beautiful sunset and cry and be happy. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own
absolutely. Now, I gotta stop you because we got 2 minutes left, and somebody wants to know how to get a hold of you. How do they get a hold of you?
This is limitlessbody.me. I think it's going to be really easy to remember. And my name, Olesya Wilson. On YouTube, you can find all of the super practical tools. Like you remember, you told me like people like, okay, fine, I got it. So now what do I do? It's there on my YouTube. Olesya Wilson. I have Roadmap to Superhuman. I have my protocols. I tell people what to take, what to do, like a lot of things. But limitlessbody.me is my amazing program where you can see how limitless your body is and what is your goal.
My body's limitless. I'd like it to be a little less so. Dana, would you like to finish anything?
I just want to wrap up by saying thank you, Olesya. And part of the reason why I'd recommend is because she takes the whole into account. Your emotions, your energy, your physical body, all of those things matter to actually achieve transformation. And she's very intuitive from my perspective. So I highly recommend go checking out her website and the things that you want to change in your life and even stepping into her program if it feels right.
Thank you.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. Dana, will you be back next week?
Yes.
You promise?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to hold you to that. So, I want to thank everybody. We will be back Monday at 3:00. And by the way, take care of each other because, each other's all we've got. We'll see you Monday at 3.
Thank you for inviting me.